Hello everyone, welcome to this new lesson in the course. In this lesson, we're going to create another card hover effect. You can see we have this card that is a white background with some box shadow around it, separating it from the white body background, and it contains some content. And we also have this thin pink line that sits on the bottom, and when hovering over the card, the pink line gets bigger and covers up the card, and the text color becomes white at the same time. So let's start creating that. I will go here in my HTML and add a div. Give it a class of card, then inside it another one with a class of content. And inside that I will add an h2 and say design. Then below that I will add a paragraph and add some lorem ipsum text. Then finally, an anchor tag, and say read more. Alright, let's go to our CSS and select the card div. I will add position, relative, width, 320 pixels, then padding, 40 pixels, background color, white. Then finally, box shadow, 0, 10 pixels, 30 pixels, and finally RGBA, 0, 0, 0, 0.1. So now you can see we have this white background that has this box shadow around it. Alright, let's work on the pink background that sits at the bottom of the card. We will create it using the before pseudo element. So I will target it and add content, empty strings, position, absolute, left, 0, bottom, and we want to position it just 5 pixels above the bottom line of the card. So I will add calc, negative 100% plus 5 pixels. And then we want it to take up the full size of the card, so we will add width, 100%, height, 100% as well. Then background color, this pink color, then z-index, 1, and finally transition, 0.5 seconds. Alright, you can see the pink background is sitting at the bottom. Let's go up here inside the card div and add overflow, hidden. And now you can see the pink background is positioned at the bottom, and only 5 pixels of it are visible. Now, when hovering over the card, we want the pink background to move to the top and cover up the white card. So I will go back here and say, when hovering over the card, I will select the before pseudo element, which is the pink background, and I will add bottom, 0, and now when I go back and hover over the card, the pink background moves and sits exactly above the card. Alright, let's continue working. I will go back and target the content div. Then I will add position, relative, text transform, capitalize, color, this gray color. Then, in order to make the content appear in front of the pink background, I will add z-index 2. And finally, I will add transition, 0.5 seconds. And now the content has this gray color, and when we hover, the content appears in front of the pink background. Alright, let's go back and select the H2. Then add margin bottom, 10 pixels, and margin top, 0. Then font size, 30 pixels. Then I will target the paragraph and add font size, 18 pixels. Then finally, I will target the anchor tag and add margin top, 10 pixels, then font size, 14 pixels, display, inline block, text decoration, none, color, this gray color, padding, 6 pixels from top and bottom and 10 pixels from left and right. Then font weight, 600, background color, white, and finally box shadow, 0, 2 pixels, 20 pixels, RGBA, 0, 0, 0, 0.05. And now you can see the link is looking much better. Finally, when we hover over the card, we want the text color of the content to change to white. So I will go here and I will say, when hovering over the anchor tag, I will change the color of the text to white. And now, when I go back and hover, you can see that the text color changes to white, giving us the exact effect we want.